and maybe probably use a choice of my acetate cards, of which I have a few new ones cut, and or I had a smaller one right here somewhere, which I have now officially hidden on myself, but it doesn't matter because I can really give myself permission to use my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas also. And I'm not, if I'm quick enough, and it's getting warm. Every time the sun comes out, it gets really hot. So that's going to dry my paint. I don't know how this is going to work. I've done this, and when you do it the regular way I do it, it takes like weeks. So I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm also going to leave that paint right on there, and I'm going to take a nice straight edge acetate card. See if I can smooth that paint a little bit. I don't even know that this is going to work, but I do know no matter what I do today, it can be a basic start for whatever I just do to it tomorrow, because the fluid acrylics lend themselves very nicely, at least for me, to redos. So whatever you got, as soon as you've got some nice dry paint, you can paint right over it. Now there are instances when that's not a great idea, like once upon a time I did a dream catcher and decided to paint over it. You could definitely see there was a dream catcher under that paint. So if it's an abstract, that's one thing. If it's not, that might be a different story. You can always gesso over canvases. I like to use the colors to do new abstract expressionist pieces that are left from the day before's painting. So I'm not sure I'm going to like this with just straight color. Makes me want to put some other color in there. And that might also help to make some cells and add some interest. It's strictly an experiment at this point. But I can put that card in there, and I can move it forward, rest it in there again, sort of dipping the card. I have some green, and I want some green in there. Now I'm not going to put it along the edge because I want to spread it both directions. It is still sort of a geometric, but not as much as color blocking, to me at least. I don't know how fast I can do this either. My timer gets set for 20 minutes because the camera shuts off in 20 minutes. Actually, I set it for 17 minutes because I like to tell you guys that I have an Amazon link and a brand new book called Because I Can. But I did just now. I probably will again. It's cool to be an author. It's even nicer when people actually buy your book. Thank you, by the way, for buying my book. I really appreciate that. It seems to have a very good reception. You guys seem to like the first 100 video write-ups and tools and giving me nice reviews. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, I was out of camera range. So I'm just feeling these colors out as I go along, and I am going to wipe off. I'm going to give myself a damp rag made out of sweatshirt material. And even though I have something around here, I have a canvas board. See, there's our first bug. Bye, bug. Sorry about your life. Over now. There will also be the issue of poking holes in the top of paint bottles that have plugged up somewhat. Can you just, yeah, I just unplugged you. Can you just come out, please? Now? Now is good. How about, I get tired of having paint in the face. I'm going to learn to point it away from me. So, seeming that I don't want that on an edge, because it gives me something to pull and push by not being on an edge, that seems like a pretty good idea to me. Just sort of shuffling that color. As soon as it hits that other color, chances are pretty good it's gonna adhere to it, stick right on. There, we'll find out in a second, won't we? I am going to use the paint on my card, especially since it's not multicolored yet. To fix the edges of my canvas. I got all kinds of little things tickling me today. The bugs are out. So I guess this is an exercise in figuring out how far you want to go. Do I want any of that up there? Maybe. Maybe just a little for fun. Maybe I have a little more on my spatula I want to use up. I don't really want the canvas showing through. I don't mind adding a little zhuzh. I'm not so sure I'm happy about that. Maybe I should learn to get happy about that. Just use the corner of my card. And not worry about perfection, because if you start worrying about perfection with fluid acrylics, you might as well be doing something else, because there really isn't any. Now I can always fix that gunmetal black Anita's metallic line later. I do want another smaller card, and I'll take whatever I can get. That's got a point on it. That's not going to be that helpful. I can tell right now my time will go by like it'll be gone in a heartbeat. And I like my dot, but I'm not keeping it. And I like my paint, but I'm not keeping it either. I'm going to wipe it off so I can use that card again. I have some better cards around here. I'm only going to try and clean that off because I'd like to put something very light there. And a little cleanup never hurt anybody. Just drag it out. It'd be so nice. It will be so nice when that paint just decides to come right out. I don't know. I did paint all last year in the heat, and I got it done, and I had some fun, and I made some cool art. But it's very appealing to not have bugs in my work. So I'm kind of very enamored of the idea of finding a way to go inside. Oop, I did not mean to keep my card again. This is a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. Whoop, that is not paint I want there. And the canvas is primed, so if I like those white lines of demarcation between, I can leave them and it won't be a bother. And like I said, if this is just a base for another painting, that's okay too. I don't really want any of that green over here, but I do want some of that pink right over the edge. Curves are an issue. Unless you figure out which way you're really supposed to be going. And I've got, anytime you have a little anomalous tip on a card, it's going to create a line you don't necessarily want. So I'm going to remember that that's there and cut it off because it's irritating me. I have scissors somewhere. There we go. So I'm just going to cut that off and then it's going to disappear. Oh, really? Okay. Prove me wrong. Fine. I kind of like some white space, but I think I'm going to go for some purple. And this is looking more and more like something for tomorrow. What have I got a lot of? Just going to be working to fill in some space now, because it's obviously too long of a process to do in a video and have it be done in 20 minutes. So, whoops, I wanted some paint for my edges and I took all the paint away from my area. That's okay, we'll put some more in. Whoa, that was not a plan. Okay, new plan. New plans sometimes make the coolest things happen anyway. I did a really nice spiral yesterday, or it was nice on the way to what it became. And it is the first stage of something, and there will be another video because I am not satisfied with how it turned out. It's just, it looks too contrived. It looks like I tried too hard. And what else? I have some other purples. Whoa, do not dump your purple over. That's good, right there. Now I'm not going to be able to, I'm still getting that line from this card. I wonder if it works both ways. No, it's better the other way. Just going to leave me with purple fingers, that's all. Maybe I like the lines. Maybe I'm learning to love the lines from the little acetate card. Maybe we're going to call them texture. Ooh, that thing does not belong. I think that it's a big lump. Yeah, this could become a lot more abstract rather rapidly. The gunmetal black from Anita's is definitely setting up. She had no idea what she was doing. This is true sometimes. And what do I want over here while I still have a chance? I think I might like some of that. Make sure I don't have things under my bottles is a good idea. I think a little more of that. What did I do with it? I just put it right down. Okay. Things that become invisible in front of your face. There it is. How interesting. I like that so much I'm going to add some more of it. I think I'm going to do a card dip right there too. And a finger help. And since I don't want to see that canvas, I must have a round piece of acetate around here somewhere. I'm pretty sure I do. Alright, I got a minute left. So trying to do abstract expressionist artworks for you guys in a recording is kind of a fool's errand unless I have no bugs. Unless I have a real serious way of getting it done very quickly. And I think it's definitely stopped being color blocking and gone ahead and turned into whatever it's going to be. And I wish I'd found that round piece of acetate, which was basically the tab on a cookie container that kept it closed. And I don't know how that'll work, but here it is. I found it. See? Round. Right there. So, we might try that in a minute. I'm going to leave that purple card. It's a little unnerving today because the breeze is catching all my acetate and throwing it all over the place. This is a red magenta. And that is a bamboo skewer underneath it. And it's so cool that that actually came out. And I am going to go ahead and give myself all kinds of permission do strange and wonderful color things right here. Right. Push that right up. People have asked me if I do primary colors, and I really don't very often. And these aren't really that. I've got 2 minutes to talk to you guys about whatever I want to choose to talk to you about, which is usually the fact that I have a book on Amazon called Because I Can. That's not just an ebook that you can buy for $2.99. Excuse me, you can buy the ebook for $9.99, and then if you buy the soft cover, you can have the ebook for $2.99. That is what I meant to say. I'm so sorry. I have Teespring clothing, and I keep adding new things to it, and it's right under the video. Under Teespring clothing, under Show More, is everything else you might want to know about, like in the paint pouring recipe, the things you add to the paint, and my Pinterest, Instagram, and what used to be Facebook albums that you could actually access, and I don't know why you can't right now. I want some of this color shift, Where Are You color shift, and to see what happens when I put it in there, because it's a pretty wild color, and I think it's going to make some cells, but I'm not sure. Not probably the best I'll ever be at the acetate stuff. It's not that easy, for sure. And I got 32 seconds left to tell you guys whatever's on my list, so I'm going to cheat. I do sell my artwork. I do give lessons at the house. I'm having trouble picking another color, but I will probably go over these if I get a chance. Ooh, I like that together. That's going to happen again. I need some smaller cards. Hopefully when I come back and finish this, I'll have found my smaller cards that I think blew away. Okay, I have a smaller card. Yay! This will be of assistance. So, there's 1 minute left, and I want to say thank you guys for all the contributions. And if you want to join this month's contest by contributing to the studio, you find the PayPal or Patreon links, and you're automatically entered to win one of, as long as it's before April 8th, which is when I'm going to draw the newest name. You have a choice of 1 of 7 or 8 paintings. I can't remember which right now, but I don't know what it'll be next month. But on the end screens, in the last 20 seconds, you can always find the playlist, and usually I include a video there that shows the prizes. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in part 2 if you come back. And otherwise, thanks for stopping. If you give me a thumbs up, it really, really helps me and my placement of my YouTube video so more people see me. And the longer you watch, the better off I am. So thank you guys for 57,000 of you, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be gone in a split second because I didn't set the timer. And I love you guys. Oh wow, I did not expect you to still be here. So I really do love you guys, and you're going to be gone in a second, so I'm going to stop and start again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.